Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Yeonni, and for this week's mental health video, I wanted to make a video about the whole James Charles situation, the past few weeks, how there's been a lot of things going on YouTube. I was mostly inspired to make this video by events that's been happening around James Charles, Trisha paytas, projared, a lot of controversy online, and I'll definitely be the one to say I've spent way too much time watching videos, reading articles about all three of these individuals and what's been going on online, mostly because it was kind of unavoidable. Anytime I'd come on YouTube, someone would have something to say about these situations, or even like the New York Times had an article on James Charles. So yeah, it was kind of hard to avoid, so I thought I have a platform as well, I might as well talk about it. And yeah, at the end of the day, I'm a therapist, so pretty much my job is to study humans, study people, the way we think, the way we feel, the way we process the world, process relationships and interactions with other humans, and Jai? I will not be talking receipts, I will not be talking tea, I will not be talking like specific, instances, like specific details about any of these things. This is just my general opinions and observations from things I've noticed online on YouTube these past few weeks. So if your opinion happens to differ from mine, that's totally cool. Maybe you can talk about it in the comments down below. But yeah, I think that would be a good disclaimer. This is just my perspective on things I've observed in the past few weeks about pretty much online controversy, cancel culture, and things along those themes. So let's just get straight into the video. So first, I wanted to divide this video by like the good and the bad of everything that's happened thus far. So the first good thing that I thought I could bring up about what's been happening online is that clearly there were some mistakes made, or there were allegations of mistakes, and then there was a calling out of said mistakes. I wanted to comment on that because we're human and people make mistakes, it's very true, but we can't use, oh, I'm a human, I can make mistakes, as a way to make excuses. So in my opinion, accountability is always a positive. We can't live in a bubble in the world, we're always interacting with others, so humans keeping each other accountable is a good thing. But I do understand also that it's a very difficult situation, because most often it's the most healthy and the most productive situation if the people that are keeping you accountable are people who know you personally, know your background, know your intentions, like close family members or close friends. So the idea of millions of people on the internet keeping you accountable, it does get kind of tricky when it comes to this context. As I've noticed in some of these videos that make commentary and opinions on what's been going on with all these situations, is that whether it's a complete stranger who have never met these individuals in person commenting, or even influencers who are publicly friends with other influencers and the stances that they've taken online, we never really know the full story of, what could have happened, what is real, what isn't real. And at the end of the day, it's also important to realize there is always three sides to a story. There's person A's side, person B's side, and then there's the truth. We could take one situation and two people can take it completely differently, and that will be their truths. And it could differ from what actually happened, but that's what they felt and believed at the time of an event occurring. So it's already difficult enough maneuvering relationships and interactions with other people in this kind of like personal, normal way, but when everything is blasted out into the internet, it just adds layers and layers of complications and things get tricky. He said, she said, they said. It's tricky. But in general, the good, like I was saying, is that it seems like some people made mistakes, and those mistakes were called out. So they were people who had hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers or supporters. Fame or the influence or the numbers of subscribers didn't keep them immune to constructive criticism. And certain mistakes are potentially criminal, like the projared situation, allegedly sending out nudes to underage minors. Yeah, so he needs to be called out, and I don't know if anything has taken place legally to deal with that, but that's a very serious situation, and he was called out. So there's that. Certain mistakes are more moralistic, like the whole Trisha paytas thing. She didn't find it a problem to ghost someone, because people have ghosted her all the time, and she continuously seems to have refused to apologize in public. She doesn't find it to be a problem to ghost people, and apparently she said a bunch of negative things about this other individual on like live streams and things like that. But once again, she denies that she did anything wrong. And then certain mistakes can be many different layers of things that are even more tricky, like the whole James Charles situation. For example, he's young, he's 19, but he's not that young. Like, he's mature enough to make business decisions. He's living on his own. He has a multi-million-dollar brand. So for a 19-year-old to be able to handle all of those business negotiations, even if he has like an agent or a company that works for him, you know what I mean? I would say that's pretty mature of him. But clearly there's still a lot for him to learn, a lot of ways for him to grow and mature. He, as with any other person out there, has strengths, but also has things that he could really improve on. His good friend slash mentor making a 43-minute video exposing him. Like, how do we feel about that? You know, like, she clearly was very hurt in her interactions with him. There's a lot of he said, she said, there's a lot of receipts and lots of screenshots of things. But once again, at the end of the day, like, we don't really know the truth. Apparently she, alleges that James Charles is a predator. Is there evidence? Is the evidence even valid? There were so many instances of people making up false stories and fabricated screenshots to spread this false narrative that he was something that he was not. It's complicated. It's not as black and white as sometimes we would like things to be. A second good that I thought came out of these past few weeks of what's been going on YouTube is that we're talking. Clearly we're talking. All of these commentary videos, I guess mine included as well, we're talking about a lot of controversial, tricky topics that maybe before all this happened, we didn't really have a chance to talk about. For some examples that I've written here, the influence of fame and money on individuals and their relationships with others, age and expectations of maturity. Just because you're a certain age, are you supposed to be at a certain level of maturity? And conversations on sexuality, conversations on dating and what is acceptable and not acceptable in today's culture or just in general. Ghosting people, deflecting confrontation, those are conversations we seem to be having. Using mental illness as an excuse, and are even allowed to say that. That one I was thinking mostly of Trisha Paytas, how a lot of her fans and people who have come out to criticize her say that she uses her struggles with mental illness as an excuse. And I am not her therapist. I am not here to diagnose her or say she has something or doesn't have something, but I do want to advocate for her in the sense that we will never know truly what is going on with an individual with a video that she chooses to publicize to the internet. We can have opinions, like maybe she needs help or blah, 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 blah. But we just don't know. The only person that knows what kind of mental illness she may have or may not have is her therapist. Conversations on friendship and what true friendship and accountability look like. Is it a 43-minute video exposing someone so that they'll learn a lesson? Is it using your friend's situation to promote your own brand, like what apparently that happened, which is just clearly, as you can hear from my examples and what I'm saying, I have certain opinions and feelings about what's been going on online, but I can understand that other people have different opinions and different feelings. So I'm trying to be as neutral as possible here. At the end of the day, conversations are so important. We learn what is important to us, what feels safe to us, what feels acceptable to us as individuals, as a society, as a platform on YouTube. And through conversations like these, through open discussions where hopefully we won't be attacking one another for different opinions, hopefully we can be sharing our opinions and thoughts in a productive manner. This is what makes social media and these kinds of platforms like YouTube productive and positive. But once again, if we use it as a platform to attack one another's beliefs, to cancel people, that's when social media becomes truly toxic and truly inhibiting progress. And now, the bad things that I've noticed about what's been going on in the past few weeks on YouTube. First thing I realized is a lot of YouTubers are public figures, right? So they put everything online, whether it's YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter. They feel the need to put everything online. Influencers, most of them, not all of them, most of them like to publicize everything and share a lot more about their personal lives with hundreds of thousands, millions of supporters than like a regular person like me would do. And that is dangerous because in our daily lives, we can have contradictions, right? One day I could really feel like, wow, I hate eating bananas. Like, I just hate them so much. They make me want to throw up. And then another day I could be like, actually, it's not that bad. I could have a smoothie and put in a banana. And then that's the thing though. That's my own personal decision. I have these contradicting thoughts in my own life. There aren't millions of people calling me out saying,
hey, 2 months ago on this day, you said you hated bananas, and today you put 3 bananas in your smoothie. What the hell?
Okay, it sounds silly, but I hope you understand why I'm using this example. We make contradictions as humans. We feel different types of ways on different types of days, different seasons, different years of our lives, and we make mistakes too. We say we stand by one thing really strongly, and then another day we could say, meh, it's not that great. But when you're publicizing your life 24/7, and a lot of it could really be the influencer's job in that sense. They need to be online because it's their job to influence others, right? So that's how they make money, that's how they pay rent, that's how they make a living. And so a lot of the times these influencers are under this giant microscope. So they're always under observation, and if the tides turn on you negatively, they will be under major scrutiny. Every little thing they say, every little action they take is out there for people to pick apart. It is pretty much so easy to create a narrative or to put together all this evidence or receipts to call someone out for being contradictory, for being a liar, for being fake, when at the end of the day it could just be them just being human. I already kind of talked on this, but with influencers being online 24/7, anyone can make a video, write a post, make a meme even, or put together fake screenshots of private conversations to spread a false narrative. And when these false narratives are put on the open, it's very easy for the rest of the world, rest of YouTube, rest of whatever, to jump on this bandwagon, to hate someone, to not even do our own research, but kind of watch a 43-minute video and go, wow, this person is absolute shit. I'm gonna unsubscribe. It was really scary, to be honest. It was kind of like a game on YouTube, like with all these videos that had like James Charles's Social Blade Live, watching his subscribers go down, and the memes that came up with, his downfall, and people dancing and laughing at his apology. I don't know how, probably because I was watching so many of these videos, really like different ones kept getting recommended to me, and I found those to be, I guess this is the most strong opinion that I'll put in this video, I found that to be extremely senseless, to be laughing and memeing someone crying in a public apology to millions of people after being called out and their world just being rocked in a way. There is something to acknowledge there. If there's a trend going on, you make a video about it, you talk about it, yeah, you will get views, clicks, it's trendy. If it wasn't trendy, and I didn't see all of these videos, would I have made this video? No, I'm just being transparent. But no matter what the situation, the laughing, the memeing, the ridiculing, it just did not sit well with me at all. I was really thinking about this, because like I said, there's one person's truth, another person's truth, and really what happened. And as someone who's just watching everything go down on the internet, I'll never fully know the situation, but if anything, when James Charles's apology came out and everyone was making fun of him, like, oh my god, he has a script, oh my god, like making compilations of him breathing in the apology because people didn't like how he was breathing. I was like, come on, like this is going way too far. It was just inappropriate. It wasn't even a matter of what did he do wrong, who did he hurt, etc., etc. Now it was just funny and trendy to make fun of this person. And another point of why all of this happened, I think, is that we're nosy people. Humans are nosy. Why are what's in my bags videos so huge on YouTube? It's because we want to know what's in other people's bags, which is so weird. You would never walk up to someone in public in real life and go, hey, what's in your bag? Because it's their private belongings. But on YouTube, it's like we share so much, and it kind of fuels and feeds how nosy people can be. And yeah, drama can be fun. Tea can be interesting. It's kind of like the new, like, what is that? TMZ. It's kind of like, before we'd watch TV or read tabloids about celebrities' lives, and now we just go on YouTube to read tabloids and false stories and allegations, or even true, who knows, on these internet celebrities and their lives. And I get it. We're nosy. I'm nosy too. But there comes a certain point where you have to realize, yes, YouTube is entertainment. All of this can be entertainment to a certain extent, but there's a certain point when you need to realize these people under the spotlight, they're humans, they're people as well. At the end of the day, humans make mistakes. I've made plenty of mistakes in my life, and I know I will again and again, and we've called these people out. Let's hope they can be humble enough to really take on the constructive criticism on what went wrong, and let's hope that they've learned their lessons, whatever it may be. Let's hope that they have good, well-intentioned people in their private lives who will keep them accountable so that they can become better humans. And you know what, internet, I really hope this cancel culture will stop. It will at least become not as much of a thing anymore, because if we cancel people, people can't grow. And of course, if there's legal issues going on where there's actual like predatory accusations and evidence, yes, of course, legal matters should be taken to protect the victims who are allegedly hurt or to protect future victims. We just really need to just step it back, I think. I think the catalyst to what made me feel like I really had to make this video, because I was a little nervous about making it, is that when James Charles came back, I know he just recently made another video like, what is it, No More Lies or something? Anyway, not that I don't care, but it's just, I'm over it at this point. But the catalyst to me wanting to make this video and put this together is when he came back from Australia, apparently there was like a news agency that followed him out of his car and then asking him if he's like a predator. And then the internet went just bonkers, being like, it was staged, it's not even real because he's wearing heels and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, who cares? You know, like, I can already kind of sense what some of the comments to this video will be, that maybe I'm making excuses for people who did things that were wrong, whether it's criminal or whether it's, you know, moralistic, like betraying a friendship or not owning up to mistakes and deflecting. And I just hope my point gets put across that I'm not making excuses for the individuals. This video is just trying to bring humanity and compassion and understanding back into YouTube and back into social media, because I really feel like that's been lacking the past few weeks, and it was just really draining. As a mental health professional, I think a lot about people and how the world affects them, and I just really felt like I really should say something about what's been going on and advocate for compassion, understanding, accountability, very important, but real accountability to try to help these humans grow and become better rather than just tear them down because cancel culture. So let's stop cancel culture and let's let humans be human. That's it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. I've said my piece. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!